new device. Not a new one, I'm bringing the old one back.
I'm gonna slide right into the left, right?
Let me get these people up in here. Yeah, if this don't work, I'm just going, you know what I mean, go back to my other joint. This should do it, though. Yeah, anybody tapped in? I'm going to need y'all to work with me real quick. I'm using an old device. So I just want to make sure that everything kosher. Yeah, what's going on, Martin Silver? Yeah, that's my guy right here. This is my technical guy. Martin, do you hear me and do you see me well? Suge Knight in the building. Yeah, I need y'all to tell me if y'all hear me and if y'all see me well. Okay. Tugboat Nation in the building. Everybody creeping up. Rookie in the building. Rookie, don't hit me up when my show is on. I'm starting to think you're doing that on purpose. Okay, Martin, I appreciate that. Okay, we starting to fill up the building. Let's get the show started. TGI Fridays. No drinking and driving. Power Hour. Al York Sports. Noah Parker, who I'm going to have come in. We're going to go split screen on y'all. Yeah. What up, Raul? I see you, baby. And shout out to Miss Jess, giveaway champion. We will have an interview, and I will post it during the middle of the week. Copy? All right, let's start the show, man.
YouTube, like, share, subscribe.
Yeah, I see you, Mike. Everybody that's tapping in, man. Much appreciated, man. Philly Kid, I see you, Philly Kid. Yes, sir. Everybody get shout out, baby. Ooh, building. It's your shout out moment before I turn it up. Yes, sir. My sister Daisy. Much love, baby. Hold up, don't go nowhere. She always with me, baby. I just want you to know that. Tugboat Nation. We got the ghosts in the building. Damn, everybody popping up.
What's up, people?
All right, let's get it started, guys. TGI Friday, Al York Sports, the Raw Truth Open Sessions and Giveaways. Let's get it started. I got my man coming through. I know y'all excited for that. And trust me, we're going to bring y'all that work. I promise y'all, man. All right, go to YouTube, like, share, subscribe, hit your notification bell. Keep doing what y'all doing. It's much appreciated. Shout out to the East Coast, West Coast, Midwest, Las Vegas, New York City, LES to the death. Nueva York, Nueva York. You know how we do it. Shout out to Dwayne Beeman, man. April 1st. I'm telling y'all, he gonna turn the homie TV off, man. We can't go less than that. The bag is on the way in. He know he need to get the bag. Without the bag, we got nothing. So y'all already know what it is. Credit fix. Never too late to get your credit fix. IG me, inbox me, email me, al.newyork@yahoo.com. Never too late to get your credit fix. Need advertisement, hit me up and I'll hook you up. Hit me up and I'll hook you up. You already know the math to that. Need instrumentals. Gonna see my man SOS Studios at yahoo.com. Bishop Brown. All the instrumentals. Y'all know what it is. Shout out to Tugboat Nation. My little man W. And last but not least, open sessions and giveaways. The more, the merrier. Let's get this show started, y'all. We're gonna start off. We got March Madness. Selection is on Sunday the 13th. And the tip-off is on the 15th and the 16th, the first four. And then after that, the first round will be the 17th and the 18th. March Madness is going to be crazy. My man Jeff Gerson, Noah Parker, OGJ, myself, we going to get y'all some money, man. So if y'all don't tune in, y'all missing out, man. I'm telling y'all right now. Okay, Wiggles, I don't know what you mean by we not playing, but let me keep on my show. Okay, also, congrats to the giveaway champion, Miss Jess. Like I said, I will hold an interview for her. I was going to have her come on the show, but it's just too much going on. I got to get my boy up. I got a lot of questions from my boy. He's been fading us like a wicked jump shot, and now I'm going to have him boxed in today, so he can't go nowhere today. So make sure y'all stay tuned in. MLB is going to be canceled for the first 2 series of the opening season until a deadline, until a deal gets done. We need a deal to get done. Both sides need to reach an agreement, stop being greedy, and think about us who are the truly fans, and we the one putting the chicken in their pocket. So they need to chill with that. Stop being greedy, like my man DMX said. Get this shit, get it going, man. Get it going, because I'm getting tired of it. We cannot miss baseball, because if y'all know, baseball carries us when there's no football and basketball is not around. So we need to get this deal done. Other news, Yankees Hall of Fame shortstop Derek Jeter is stepping down as Miami CEO and shareholder. I don't really got the specifics why, but I know he said that his vision when he came into Miami is not the same vision that they rolling with now. So I guess he's having disagreements with the brass or, man over him, and he's just won out 5 years. I wouldn't say it was successful, but it was a hell of an experience for number 2, the shortstop, Derek Jeter. Let me keep it moving. UFC tomorrow, baby. 272. I'm going to hit my man Noah with this Kobe Covington 16-3 versus Jorge Masvidal 35-15 in a fight that's going to be pumping in the T-Mobile Arena. These guys can't stand each other. They used to be homies, and now they can't stand each other. But what I don't understand is why Kobe's minus 310, and that's what I'm going to talk about Noah about, because Noah follows UFC more than me. So maybe he could explain why Covington is so high of a favorite. And the over's 4.5 rounds minus 150. The under's 4.5 plus 130. Real quick, Lakers released DeAndre Jordan. Y'all seen me through the pass, through the crowd. I don't know who he was trying to hit with that pass. He basically passed himself out of L.A., but the Philadelphia 76ers, which I think is a nice pickup. He got his old coach, Doc Rivers, over there, who no one's know DeAndre better than Doc Rivers. And not only that, he can back up Joel Embiid, who's having an MVP season. The Sixers is rolling. That's one of the topics we're going to hit, so I'm not going to get too much into it. But Jordan's averaging 9.2, 10.4, 1 assist for his career. Should be able to help them off the bench. Last week's free picks, my guys went 5-0-1. Jeff Gerson push on a half-court shot by Kentucky that was BS. If not, we would have went 6-0. 6-0 if it wasn't for that half-court shot. 5-0-1. And this week, Jeff Gerson got Washington minus 1.5 versus Oregon. All these games are tomorrow, folks. Seton Hall Pick'em versus Creighton. Make sure y'all write this down. And West Virginia minus 1.5 versus TCU Horned Frogs. And OGJ's giving y'all North Carolina plus 12 at Duke at Coach's K last game in that arena. You know it's going to get crazy over there. It's going to get crazy. Coach K last game. Louisville plus 3 versus Miami. And last but not least, Tennessee minus 8 versus Arkansas. So there you go. I'm about to bring in my get my guests in. Let me see if I can get him in. Oh, hold up. He's here. Come on, baby.
Slide right through real quick.
We got Noah Parker with a special show up, y'all. You know this ain't happened. This is my old partner right here from back in the days. No matter what we go through, this is my brother here, man. Trust me, we go through some shit, man. Noah Parker, first, tell the people what you've been up to, and then let's get going.
I mean, it's been a long. We did this like before the pandemic. Maybe 2 years, I think, since we did our last show together. I mean, it's been rough because there hasn't really been a consistent amount of sports where we can just go right into each season and just vibe and just say, hey, we just rolling with us. Now it's like COVID this and how I feel about it, and everybody's taking health and protocols and safety. So it's hard to handicap, and it's already hard enough. You know that. There's nothing harder than trying to pick sports. It's the ultimate reality show. But now you got to do it with people being sick, taking days off, and So it's hard to come on here on these shows and just say we know what we're talking about when we really sometimes don't know what we're talking about. We're just trying to throw out our best, hypothetical guess for some of these
Right,
plays.
opinions, strong opinions,
So
etc.
that's one of the reasons why we ain't really been doing this like we used to do every week. So it's always good to get back though and
Right.
bring it back to like how we do because don't nobody do it better than us.
Right. And one thing he forgot to mention, he loves to play golf. I call him Noah Woods. He didn't mention that. He in the golf course every other day, and I know why. Because he getting chicken, off these wannabe golf players. Noah's like that pool shark that, he play bummy until you put the money up, and then he take your money. But he does that in the golf game. But real quick, Noah, let's get it started. The people's is waiting. I kind of spoke to you a little bit when Brooklyn and the Sixers made that huge trade, which I think is going to benefit both sides. Now, we haven't seen Brooklyn get the luxury of the trade yet, but we're definitely seeing the Sixers, who are 3-0 with James Harden. He's averaging 27, 12 assists, 9 rebounds, basically a triple-double. Embiid already loves playing with him. Embiid saying his shots have become way easier because now you can't double and triple team Embiid with the bearded one. And I'm going to call him the bearded one because he's back. When he went to Brooklyn, I took away the bearded one's name and called him James Harden. But now he's the bearded one. I want your take on the trade and who got the better trade. And if whatever you're thinking, just tell them what you think.
We don't know about the better trade yet because now all of a sudden reports are coming out Ben Simmons' back is messed up. And, if that's true and he doesn't play any games, obviously we're going to think better trade goes to Philly. But you can't just say all about Embiid too. You got to remember Tyrese Maxey, University of Kentucky.
Kid is nice.
Now he's going to be wide open all the time.
Yep.
And you already got Tobias Harris. You got a big 3.5, almost 3-4. If they can play at the level they can play to, and Maxey going to get looks now. Where they gonna have
Thybulle's been doing all right too.
Yeah, he's a great defensive player too. But the fact that Maxey can get any open shot now he wants, and then you also saying that Tobias Harris going to get some looks. It's if he's in shape, Harden, and he's in that hunger mode that he was in when Houston when he first started. They're gonna either. I don't expect them to win it this year because it's hard to gel that quick.
Right.
Next year is the year I think where they really make the run. That's where they're gonna make their real run to the championship. This year you got 20 games to put it together. Obviously they can do that, but 7-game series it's gonna be tough to say they can be a team that when Kevin Durant and Kyrie are back full. Or the Celtics if they click on all cylinders, and of course the champs in Milwaukee in the East. So
Right.
I'll give them this year. I'll give them Alabama if they don't win it all. But if they win a playoff series or two, they did their job. You can't say it's a failure season. Next year's the year though, where I think they really go for everything.
Right. I could say that I love the fit. The folks in Philadelphia definitely love it because when you were getting what you were getting from your point guard Ben Simmons as a scorer, you put Harden in there, he turns the whole shit around.
Yeah, 100%.
You understand what I'm saying?
Ben Simmons.
Exactly. As far as scoring, Ben Simmons is a good player. A lot of people don't give him credit for doing everything else. But he's not a scorer. He can't hit a jump shot if his life depended on it. But what I'm saying is Harden fits so perfect. I thought him and Durant were going to do that. But when you got Kyrie, who's also a ball handler, and a scorer, one of them had to go.
That's why Simmons fits perfectly in there. He don't got to score on this.
Yeah,
team.
this is why I think it's a perfect trade.
They're going to have enough shooters where Ben Simmons could just do his thing without having the ball. And you already know he's a great defender. It's just can he stay healthy and his mental issues. That's the only problem with Ben Simmons right now. But I really want to see that team if they can gel and get to the point. And they might be better with a guy like Ben Simmons than a guy like James Harden who's going to want to dominate the ball. And you have too many chefs in the kitchen.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I love it. And Curry's another great pickup. I don't know what we got with Drummond left, but when I looked up, he's only 27, 28 years old.
Yeah, you don't have to,
and all you got to do is rebound.
Yeah, you don't have to be
there. He just got a rebound. So I love the fit on both sides. But, of course, Kyrie's got to play every game. Whatever, he got to either get jabbed up or unless they take that thing out the way. But if he's got, for them to win, he's got to be able to play every game. You know that now, and I know that. And you see KD yesterday, you already see a glimpse of his greatness. He's right back. He's right back. Okay, let's go to other news. We're going to go to Noah's team, the LA Fakers. I can't wait to see what he got to say.
My team.
Well, you love LeBron James.
Yeah, he's a great,
So if you love LeBron James, that means you're cheering for LeBron James.
I mean,
So if I'm in the book and I'm watching you cheer for LeBron James, I'm thinking you're an LA fan. That's what I'm thinking.
we all know I'm a New York Knicks fan.
Okay, you like the Knicks also. My question to you is, they're ninth in the conference at 27-35. They barely, right now, the season ended today, they're barely in the in-play game. My question to you is, can the Lakers get through a series?
No.
Not the in-play game, but a series.
That's a wrap. Westbrook already out of there. He's already ready to leave. LeBron only in there to get points and get his stats up because he knows it's a lost year.
Right,
Anthony
right.
Davis can't stay healthy, and that was the key. Davis obviously is the best player on that team right now, and he can't stay healthy. Even when he's out there, he looked like he's playing like damaged goods. So with him out, LeBron
I didn't expect this from AD either, man.
I didn't know he was going to
Body breaking down,
I didn't know
man.
he was going to turn into this type of player either, but he got his chip, and then, you don't have the hunger. If AD hadn't won that chip in 2020, I don't think he'd be acting like this. Like, I got my chip already. I'm going to just take it easy. I don't want to get even more hurt. And that's the problem. And then, so LeBron know he's just going to try to do his thing here, get his points up past Kareem in a few years. And that's it. What else he got to prove? I mean, he already proved it to most people that he's the GOAT. So
Yeah, right.
At the end of the day,
He ain't the GOAT. I got him. I don't even got top five, but yeah.
Westbrook's more of a cancer than a he's a great player, but
Right.
at this part of his career, it ain't happening. They should have had a guy like Kyle Lowry or a guy that's not as
Well, now that you took it there, this is what I was thinking. They had DeRozan and Lowry in the bag.
Yeah, and they didn't. That's his homie.
Instead,
That's his homie.
Instead, they Ariza, Bradley, D12, Westbrook. Look at all these old cats.
Yeah.
Anthony.
Carmelo,
You got a bunch of old
Dwight
cats.
Howard.
D12.
These guys are as old as some of the guys that watch your show. All right. And some of the guys that comment on your show that just be watching the 80s and that's it. They don't remember anything else. That's how old this roster is for LA. I mean, they a bunch of geezers. It's tough to watch because they still some of them are Hall of Famers.
No, indeed.
But they not.
It's like the Knicks when Isaiah took over them, him getting franchised, and all these has-beens.
Hardaway
They all has-beens.
Yeah, it wasn't gonna work.
It's not gonna work at all. So
it reminds me of the Lakers in 2003 too. Karl Malone and Gary Payton, all them guys had walkers and wheelchairs coming up to the game because they in the twilight they know they're just trying to grab a chip real quick and it didn't work.
I got two questions for you before we hang up this subject. How many years do you think LeBron got left in the NBA?
I'll say 4.
Four?
No more than 2025.
I'm gonna say 2, 3.
So he's done playing. I mean, his son can't play until 2024.
So he definitely wants to do that. Okay, my reason why I asked you that question. He's the only basically chip that you got, him and AD.
Yeah.
If you LA and you kind of have to rebuild at this stage. Would you trade LeBron James?
I don't think they can trade him. I mean, what you gonna get for him? There's not a lot of teams that want an old man too.
My man, you get if a good team get LeBron, let's say a team that's a play away, LeBron can still help them win the chip. He doesn't have to lead a franchise. No.
37 years
Let's
old.
say you go to the Bulls or something.
Yeah,
and the Bulls give up a bunch of draft picks.
Or he go
they
back
got to
to
keep their
Cleveland,
players.
or they got a bunch of young guys that need a leader.
There you go.
Like that. I can see that, but in LA,
But if you LA, do you make that trade?
I don't know if you can make that trade. I wouldn't make it because then it's just gonna look bad. I mean, that's like when Hakeem got traded from Houston. Didn't he go to the Magic or some garbage team?
But he was already kind of like not Hakeem no more.
Yeah, I mean when is
LBJ,
LeBron going to do that? He's still averaging 35 points a game at his age right now. When does he start hitting the?
Well, I see him already. He's not the LeBron that I seen earlier, but he's still very effective.
Yeah, he's not
very
effective. He's just bigger now.
Right.
He can just freight train his way still, and he's still quick. I mean, there's still not a lot of players that can say they fasten him on a fast break.
Right.
So,
Okay, let's not overcook our grits. Let's go to the March Madness. I know Selection Sunday hasn't come yet.
Coming up.
But there's at least 5 teams you could give me that you know that's going to be in March Madness and that will win the chip in your eyes or potential to win the chip. If you have 5 teams to give me right now, which 5 teams would you give me?
I wouldn't give you 5 teams.
Just 5, just for the people's guy.
This is one of the hardest subjects that you can throw at me because college basketball is like nothing else. I mean, one game.
Right.
Obviously, everyone's going to.
That's why I'm saying 5, because if one of them get bumped, you still alive.
I mean, okay. I mean, obviously, I'm going to throw Gonzaga in there.
Okay, the Zags.
I mean, it's hard not to take them. They got the most talent. Seems like they have every year. Great recruiting by, Mark Few. But I would throw a team like Auburn in there. Just their athleticism.
Or the Tigers is biting.
You got to say Kentucky. It's hard not to throw Kentucky in there. I wouldn't say Kansas. But I'll go with a team like Purdue. Or, Big Ten, I mean, they don't really ever, unless it's Michigan, everyone, they don't care about
the
the Big Ten.
Boilermakers are very athletic. I've seen the game thoroughly with Wisconsin. I mean, they lost the game.
Yeah.
Wisconsin, to me, didn't beat them. Boilermakers lost it. Yeah, they just missed too many easy shots. Wasn't hitting the front ends of 1-and-1s. And I had Wisconsin in running plus 4.5, but I had to sweat that. I think it was 3 for the game. I happened to get like a plus another 1.5, which I loved. And I felt like I got lucky because the Boilermakers definitely look like the better team. I'm going to keep it all the way 100.
Right.
Okay, so.
And I'll throw one more team in there. Just because I know you believe in games being fixed. I'll say Coach K and Duke, just to get him one good run. They'll try to maybe fix some games for him so he can get the ratings up.
It ain't going to be fixed. It's not fixed. He'll get calls. He'll get some calls.
He'll get some calls because it's his last
Yeah, he
run.
gets some calls.
It's his last go around. And they want to get him as many.
He won't win the
games.
chip though.
No, but he'll get
he
some
won't win the
Sweet
chip.
16, some Elite 8.
I'm gonna say the Elite 8.
Some high.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Elite 8.
Watch games and he can go out, kind of riding into the sunset. He ain't gonna get knocked out in the first round. So he'll get some help from the referees. Maybe they'll make some phone calls to Vegas or whatever they say you do. They do. And
come on, man, cut with the bullshit, man.
Duke can move on to the Elite 8, maybe Final Four.
Okay, my 5. Of course, I got to get the Blue Devils in there. I don't think they win it though. I think they make the Elite 8. They're also a real good team, whether they get calls or not. They're a real good team. They're not 26-4 for no reason.
Right.
Then I like the Boilermakers, 12th ranked Boilermakers. Duke is 5th ranked. 12th ranked Boilermakers. The Boilermakers, I just like their guard play. I like their big men. If they big man can keep out of foul trouble, score them easy baskets that he also was missing against Wisconsin. But he's very dominant. He goes hard to the hole. You can't say he's soft. He goes hard to the hole, and I like the Boilermakers. I like the Wildcats. I think Kentucky has a good enough team.
Very athletic.
Yeah, to win it. And they're always athletic, and I like how they gel every year at the last part of the season. I like the fight in the line. I think Illinois could give it a nice run. And last but not least, what he said, the Auburn Tigers, who are very athletic and could beat anybody on any given day. Would you agree with me?
Then, huh?
I just think the Zags always come up short.
They do
I'm tired of seeing that same
I'm tired
movie
of them too, but they got a lot of talent.
They do, but I'm just tired of seeing that same movie.
Believe me, I am too. Like St. Mary's being the other day, it was beautiful to see.
Right.
I had some change on them too.
But I got 2 more interesting topics, but I'm gonna go to the less interesting. But it's very interesting though. All my shit's interesting, but just a little less. We're gonna go to the NFL. Lamar Jackson. We all know the body of work he's put out since he started with the Baltimore Ravens. He want to get paid now. Now this is tricky.
It sounds like you're talking about Kyle Murray at the same time now too.
Yeah, Mario, but we're doing Lamar. Lamar done more than Cal. He's done more than Cal.
Get paid.
I know, but he's done more than Cal. Let's admit it.
MVP, right?
Now, if you're the GM, do you pay him for what he did? Or, of course, that's going to be part of it because his agent's going to be there showing the stats. But this is a guy that wants the most money as a quarterback. I told my boy Jeff Gerson the other week, I wouldn't give him the most money. I would give him the bag. I'll give him $30 a year. But he's seeking Mahomes' money. He won 40, 50.
How many years he got left till his contract up?
I think after this year. If I'm correct. The homie said I think after this year.
Now, as a Cowboys fan, as I know you are,
I don't like the contract.
Were
No.
you happy the way they did Dak Prescott?
I didn't like the contract. I think they paid him too much. Even though I know that's the money today. But I think they paid him
Obviously,
too much.
Prescott's not Lamar Jackson.
Exactly. I said that.
The way that they went at it, paying him, I think they waited an extra year. Then he got hurt.
Yeah.
It reminds me of how the Redskins were doing your boy that's in Minnesota now,
Kirk Cousins.
They wouldn't pay him either. They just kept giving him the franchise tag, and I don't know if the Ravens will do that to a guy like Lamar Jackson because I think he would deserve that money. But the problem is that he's a guy that can get hurt, so they always going to be worried about that because of the way he moves his legs. But if they throw all that out, to me he's like a John Moran type player. He's like a different type of player.
He's a different
He's a
animal.
different beast. I mean, it's not the same. It's a Tesla. It's not a a gas powered vehicle. It's a different To me, I think you gotta pay me because you're not gonna find a guy like that.
So when you say you gotta pay him, you saying the 50 or
I
30?
think you gotta pay him. You can't really max him over. He hasn't won a Super. He hasn't got to the Super Bowl. But
His numbers prove though he would get that money.
But if you give him that, then how are you gonna get other guys to get on that team?
Well, the salary caps are gonna, in the next couple of years, they're
supposed to go up.
Yeah, they're supposed to go up. So
I mean,
it's still gonna hurt them a little, but not the way you thinking.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not gonna destroy the team, but at the same time, I can't see it helping him that much by giving him that much more to where it's gonna, it could strap him up a little bit. And it reminds me of same thing with Kyler Murray. How can you pay Kyler Murray any more money when he hasn't won with all this talent around him? And now you're gonna pay him more. Now you can't. Now you gotta take away some of the talent. You really ain't gonna win.
Exactly.
So that's the problem. Lamar deserves the money probably, but I don't know if you can do it. If you really want to win, you kind of handcuffing the team a little bit. So I don't think you can max money him like Patrick Mahomes until he gets to that level. But you can get close to it. I'll put it that way because obviously you're not just paying for what he's done, but you're paying for what he's going to do.
Right. This is my take on Lamar. Like, as a fan, we love the living daylights out of him. We watching every game. We seeing what he does. He does incredible stuff on the football field. As a fan, as a GM, it's a different eyesight. He takes too many risks, and anybody could get hurt. A drop back quarterback. Tom Brady, damn near broke his leg one year, right or wrong.
We saw the boy from Baylor that went to.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So even if you're not a running, so as far as getting injured, anybody can get injured. But this is how they look at it. What's the percentage rate of getting injured?
Yeah.
And Lamar's percentage rate is through the roof because he's constantly running in the trenches. Another thing about Lamar, he don't run out of bounds all the time.
He's like
He runs in like he's a running back.
He's like a Darren Sproles.
So now if you're a GM, you like, am I gonna get this guy 50 mil knowing this? But now if I give him the 50 and he break his skinny leg, because he does got a skinny leg, then where you at after that? RG3 all over again.
That's the problem.
So this is why it's gonna be hard to give him what I'm gonna call the super bag. I think he's gonna get the bag, but he ain't gonna get the super bag, which is 50 M's. Because he wants 50 pieces right now.
So if he was like an Aaron Rodgers type of quarterback,
I'll give it to Aaron Rodgers all day. And another thing, a lot of people were saying that his completion rate got better. He became a little better passer. But look, he has 16 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, and at least 5 of these interceptions. Because I watched all the games. He threw directly at the defender. Directly. So three, four. Now, if you know the game, when you see Aaron throw a pick, it's usually tipped, or the receiver that turn around. It's always like a mistake, usually on the offensive play. Right. Lamar Jackson's just been, who the hell you throwing it to, dog? I remember he threw it right to the Cleveland guy, and there was no Baltimore guy around him.
I thought I was watching Jalen Hurts for a minute.
So what I'm trying to say is, do you give a guy who can give you a highlight reel, who could run for 90 yards, who could throw a bomb for 80 yards, because he could do all these terrific things, do you give him the bag over there? I'm going to say no. I'll give him 30, 35. He don't want it. Good luck in your next life, because you're not going to cramp this team up. Even with the salary cap going up, you're not going to do that. So your take on him before we move on.
I agree. That's what I was saying. I don't think you can max him out, because going into
and Mahomes is a different quarterback. Mahomes can throw the rock.
Right. Oh yeah, we know that.
He's better at that than running. And another thing Mahomes does, when he sees defenders, he knows how to get on the ground. So you as a GM, you see that, I could give him the bag. But when you got Lamar trying to break, cornerbacks and safeties, and you don't even know if a linebacker is trailing you while you doing this, and that linebacker take that left leg out, you are done. You might not ever be back like RG3 ain't never really be back. Come back. Okay, let's move on. This one you're going to love. One of my favorite New York Knicks, Charles Oakley, as reported, said that Giannis the Greek Freak, if he played in Oakley's era, he would have been a bench player. Now, before I get to Noah, let me just make it clear. He would not been no bench player. I'm disagreeing with Oakley on that. Because what Noah's going to say is that all our old heads think alike. I already know where he's going to go with it. But I got Uncle Temple an all-star and starting. But I'm going to give you my real opinion after you give yours. Talk to him.
I'm sure he's probably watching. I mean, I know you got a lot of people watching the show.
Probably Oakley. I don't think the Greek is watching. Charles Oakley probably tuned in.
But nah, Greek's is busy playing right now.
That's what I'm saying. They're playing right. They actually trailing to the Bulls, 87-81. That's the live update at Chi-Town.
I mean, he make it sound like he's talking about some players in the 60s or the 70s. Or I mean, there's no way he could be thinking it's that far different of a game than when he played just a short 20 years ago, 25 years ago. There's no way he become not even because of his height or his length, but his athleticism is through the roof compared to back then. Them players that, there wasn't, guys like that in the league, or just high flyers besides Dominique and some guys that could just elevate and levitate. Today, I mean, he's saying stuff like that just to rub people the wrong way. It's got to be a troll. It's more of a troll than he's got to be smarter than that, because there's no way. I mean, I know he got kicked out the guard and he does some dumb things off the court since he's been.
Oakley's dirt, dogs.
But
you know what it is? He looks at the Greek Freak. Greek Freak ain't as tough as he played. Greek Freak's one of those guys on the court. He's an animal.
But it's softer.
But off the court, he's like, he wear pink and all that. He happy walking. Oakley is a walking time bomb.
He be destroying.
Yeah, he knocking dudes out in bars.
He be destroying those cats in the 80s and 90s, and he knows it. But he just trolling. He gotta be. He cannot be that ignorant. Okay, we know that. I love you, Charles. I mean, I had your jersey 34. I mean, you was a beast. But you cannot be that ignorant to say something like that unless you're trying to get people's blood boiling.
Yeah, under his skin. Well, my take is this. I don't know if you was really able to watch and understand basketball at that time, because you all kind of, you're not young, but you're young. Yeah.
That's the one.
I was still able to understand the game. The Greek Freak would not been as comfortable as he is right now, smiling on the court, dunking in on cats.
Of course not.
That would not happen in that era.
He'd be getting hurt.
When you got the Anthony Masons of the world, the Charles Oakleys of the world, the Dennis Rodmans of the world, the Rick Mahorns of the world, the Karl Malones of the world. Should I continue?
No, I understand where you're going. I get
Charles Barkley's of the world. They would have made it a nightmare situation for the Greek Freak.
You'd be wanting to shoot instead of coming.
And I'm telling you right now, you see how he be pulling up from three occasionally? He would be doing a lot of more of that back in the days. But that's not to say that Giannis would not have been effective.
He'd be more of a post-up player back then, I think.
Giannis would still, to me, make the All-Star team. He still would be really good. But it's so soft right now. He does what he wants to do in the NBA today. That's the difference. He wouldn't do what he wanted to do when Oakley was playing. And that's what Oakley should have said instead of saying he'd be a bench player. No, he ain't going to be no bench player. He ain't Lewis or one of them cats. Skinny, tall, skinny Lewis Orr for the Knicks. Greek got muscle. Greek plays like real hungry, like I'll slam it on anybody basketball. But yes, that would not have been as effective when Oakley was playing, because there was a line of elbows where you get the foul, but the player wouldn't get kicked out. Remember that?
100%. It wasn't.
So they'll have a game plan on him every game to beat him up. But I still think he starts, and he would have made the All-Star team. Your last
100%.
take before we move on.
It's not even close. His style of play would be a little bit different. I mean, he probably do a little more back to the basket stuff, but he's still too long and lanky and athletic. Where, I mean, you wouldn't see cats like Charles Smith thinking he could guard him. I mean, he's just too big and too fast and lanky. I mean, his length.
I mean, he's just got so many things. He could run the break.
Yeah.
He could occasionally hit the shot. He could get the offensive rebound. But with Oakley, I'm not Oakley. But I know what he's trying to say is that they would have had him crazy uncomfortable.
100%.
Just say that then, dog. Don't say he would have been.
He's just trying to get some more.
Yeah, you going to you probably had Van Baker. He probably was chilling with Van Baker. They was drinking a little too much. Okay, now let's switch over. I'm going to start with the Eastern Conference. We kind of nipped on it a little bit with James Harden, but we're going to regroup. Who you got coming out the Eastern Conference? There's about 5 teams that can come out, or 4. I'm going to say Miami can come out. They my last choice, though.
Yeah, I threw them out.
Yeah. Why you threw them out? You don't like Butler? You don't like P.J. Tucker? You don't like Adebayo?
I don't think Butler's a good enough star. He's a star, but you don't play enough games.
You know, Oladipo's coming back. I mean, he might be able to help him a little bit.
15 games left. He's going to come back. I mean, they had their run in 2020. Didn't get it done. Obviously, they're hungry. They got a guy like Kyle Lowry, but they just don't have enough. They don't have enough ammunition, I don't think. Jimmy Butler's a star, but he's not a superstar to me.
I got you. Yeah, they're paying him superstar money, though.
But he's a star.
Yeah, he's just a regular star. I got you on that. Milwaukee Bucks. I think the loss of P.J. Tucker was so huge.
And they lost DiVincenzo. They lost a lot of pieces.
No, but Tucker's their heart. Like,
yeah.
You know, he real gangster. Like, not like Uncle Temple who played gangster, but he not gangster. You see how he talk, right? He talk like all crazy, like kind of like a Mike Tyson voice. But the Bucks are being disrespected. You know, they still really good. I like the young kid they got from Duke now. Allen's starting to come in within himself. You know, the Greek Freak another year. Holiday's looking like the Holiday we expected, but I still think they're going to come up short. You agree or you disagree?
I think they'll be right there. I think they'll be in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Right.
I don't know if they get it done, but I think they'll definitely be one of the top 2 teams in the East.
Scotty Jones in the building. Okay, what do you think about Brooklyn? Brooklyn's a wild card. I'm going to tell you why.
Nobody knows what they got.
Nobody knows what they got. 1. 2, nobody's seen what they got worked together. Now, I'm starting to get nervous because I put it in future with Brooklyn. I just put like a little 100 to win, like, it was like plus 380. I couldn't deny that.
You're higher now. It's a lot higher now.
I couldn't deny that. But the point I'm trying to make is that if they get that cast with Drummond, Curry, Kyrie, Simmons, and Durant, now you got something. But as time is evaporating, they need time to gel. You don't gel in the playoffs. And that's where I'm starting to think my ticket's starting to fade slowly like a boat running off sea. But I'm still not going to give up because when I see that unit in there, Kyrie and Durant alone can just dominate the game themselves and everybody just chip in. Just chip in. Watch these guys work.
Good job. That's it.
That's what I'm saying. And they could get through, let's say, a round or two before they really, compete. And then I think by then they should be able to gel up somewhat. But that's my opinion. I could be wrong.
I agree.
What's your take on that?
The Ben Simmons thing's a huge.
Oh, he got to come in already, man.
I mean, if he don't play, that's a huge part of that team, and that's basically saying you trade away James Harden, who's a natural-born killer scorer on offense, for nothing if you don't do nothing. Because they're not asking Ben Simmons.
But remember, Brooklyn didn't have this Harden. I didn't see this Harden.
No. I mean, they have.
Remember, he's the bearded one again. He's the Houston guy.
He couldn't be that guy, though.
That's what I'm saying. He couldn't be that guy.
He could be that guy when Durant was out and Kyrie was out. You saw him play 34.
Yeah.
I mean, he did his thing, but when you got only one basketball.
Though he looked so freelance out there. He looked at home. That's what's scary. And for your Sixer fans, you got a lot to be proud about. Because Harden, he's at home. If I'm the Sixers, call the GM up, tell him, sign him up for 4 or 5 years now. Give him the max right now while you got the guy. Now we're going to have the basically the Sixers, what we just talked about.
Right.
So now we're going to scoot over to the Western Conference. I said it's about maybe 3 or 4 teams, max 3 that can really get out the Western Conference. I'm going to name you about 2 teams that you think if they can or not. Utah Jazz. Do they have enough to come out the Western Conference?
Utah frauds. No, they have the talent, but they just.
And they let go Ingles. They traded, and Ingles is big for them, especially at home.
Yeah,
at home.
The problem is they're just a bunch of chuckers. They're just a 3-point shooting team. They love to shoot the threes. Bogdanovich, you got Conley, you got Mitchell. Mitchell loves shooting more. I mean, and that's cool. I mean, if you got that type of game and you hitting, you can beat anybody, like the Warriors.
Right.
But when they're not hitting, like tonight, they was down 25 in the first quarter to the Pelicans.
Right.
Down 25. I mean,
Pelicans starting to play good ball. I mean, they're not ready to
you
talk.
You should be losing 25 in the first quarter.
Yeah, exactly. They were killing the Lakers like that. Matter of fact, I took your LeBron and them plus 23.5 the other night. They got it down to 17 in the fourth and lost by 28, by the way.
Yeah.
That was sickening.
They don't care about it.
Yeah, that was sickening.
The game is over. Right?
Yes, sir. Okay, do John Morant and the Memphis Grizzlies, do they have enough to make a push this year? And if not, what do they have to do to be able to make that push?
See, they lost the game yesterday to a team
Celtics.
we talk about, the Celtics in the East,
Yeah.
who are very well-oiled.
I just think Celtics is just one guy away, man. Just one guy. But get
Could be. But I just don't know if the Grizzlies have enough veteran leadership. I mean, they got a lot of talent. Sometimes they play better without Morant. You watch them play. When Morant was out, they went on a winning streak when he got hurt earlier this season. They play better
I'm
without
not
him.
even gonna go there. He is their team,
He's
but
the
get
team, but my point of that is they can still play well without him.
right.
That's how much talent they have on that team. That's my point is. So if they can figure it out, they're so inexperienced and young. though. That's the problem. You usually got to, like you said, you got to catch your L's
They
first.
dogs though, man.
Morant's gonna be an MVP.
Dog, they dogs. Like Morant.
Don't get hurt.
Before I say this, I want you to make sure you interpret what I'm saying correctly, because I got into a little words with my man Charlie yesterday at work, because Charlie he misunderstood what I was saying. I said that John Morant has the nastiness of a Latrell Sprewell, but not the same game. I'm just saying that the like, I'm gonna throw it on anybody.
Tenacity.
I ain't scared to go up on nobody.
Yeah.
But my man's like, no, you got a guard, you got a point. I say, yo, dog, I'm not saying they got the same game. I would more relate D Rose game to him if I had to go that route. I'm just saying the fact that when I seen Morant yesterday throw it with the left on the alley-oop, you ain't see that
He ain't scared
yesterday?
of nobody. No, I know.
My man, he ain't care who was
I
around.
don't care who he is.
That's where I'm comparing him to Latrell, not the game. And then I have to break. He's so, he got me so mad yesterday. I had to tell him, if I told you my shorty has an attitude like that girl, I'm not saying they look alike.
Yeah. No.
You're just talking attitude. So that's what I'm saying.
His
That
demeanor,
hungriness,
his
the
demeanor.
dread look,
demeanor.
the hood face, like he looked like Latrell to me out there.
His
But
demeanor
of course,
is-
he's got a lot more skills than Latrell Sprewell. I know that. That's what I was saying.
Obviously, he's gonna be an MVP.
That's what I was saying.
Eventually.
Okay, so Memphis not ready yet. I still think they're Julius Randle away.
Okay.
I would love to see Julius Randle play Zebo Part 2 in Memphis and be their 2 or 3rd go-to guy. Because we already know he's not a 1. We made him a 1, which was wrong. We overachieved last year. He overachieved. We overachieved. And then now the true colors are coming out. But if you put him with Memphis,
It's gonna be a perfect spot.
I think that's a perfect spot.
He goes over there.
Because Morant's the man. He knows that. He don't have to be the man.
He could be a Robin.
There you go.
So when we get Zion, we get Julius.
There
out
you
of
go.
there. It's gonna be
It's kind of like Al York and Noah. You know what I'm saying? You the Robin.
I don't
So
mind.
we understand that. You know what I'm saying?
Pippen and Jordan. I don't mind.
Okay. We're going to go Warriors first because the Suns went to the chip last year, so they deserve to get the last call on this.
Okay.
Dub Nation.
And I think they've lost 7 of their last 9 now, Dub Nation.
I ain't worried about that. Draymond ain't back.
Draymond's not back. and
Not
that's
worried
the
about
problem.
that.
They can't get healthy all the way. Because I heard they was going to get Wiseman back. I heard they was going to get Draymond back soon. I mean, you still got Steph Curry, but he's been getting locked down. And Klay Thompson is not – he's not a shell of himself, but he's not the same Klay Thompson that we remember.
No,
3
but
years
he's
ago.
still effective.
He's still effective when Curry gets
Still
him open.
effective. I think next year would be better for them.
Yeah,
You agree with me?
That's what I was going to get to. I think they're a piece away still. They got some young talent, but, I mean, Curry can't do it all by himself. And they're just not the same. I don't want to say they're the same.
Not the same engine. They're not the same engine.
It's not that they're not the same team. I'm talking about before they got Kevin Durant.
Okay.
When they was clicking on all cylinders with Harrison Barnes.
Yeah.
They had this, it was rolling. They're not close to that yet. And they know that. They
But Steph
they're
is
walking up that
better,
way.
though.
Yeah, he's
But
still.
he going to need a lot out of Clay.
His other pieces,
And don't
because
forget
other
about
teams are working.
Wiggins. Wiggins is
Right.
all-star this year.
He was, but he shouldn't have been. He shouldn't have been no starter, at least.
I
He was
admit
an
that.
all-star.
But he deserved to make the
Yeah, he
All-Star.
made the
game.
All-Star team.
He had the best
But-
numbers.
But I mean, he was an all-star because of guys like Steph Curry made him all-star. He's
Right,
the
right.
same. He's the same cat. He's just playing on a better team with a better system, better.
Right.
coach
And
system.
how you like the acquisitions of Poole and Payton Sons playing a little bit?
Yeah.
So they kind of representing the bench aspect of all of this.
Yeah, of course, when you get thrown into a team like that, I mean, you're gonna be nice. I put this on my son 4 years ago, 4 years ago. I was playing at Tark down the street. against Gary Payton the third.
Right.
He was playing out. He wasn't in the league. He was trying to get his way back into the G League.
It wasn't the Doolittle Gym?
No, it was
okay, you want to make sure. Okay. But Doolittle Gym, that's with all the ex-players and coming up players.
He was coming up at the time, and I seen the talent. He wasn't jumping as high as he is now. I don't even know where he got these hops from. But I was going, he was just some cat. He was not even that good.
Right.
But now you put a guy that's got the talent, but he ain't, a well-oiled machine. And he went from a Targo to now he's playing with the Warriors. And, of course, he's going to look great with Steph Curry around him, Klay Thompson, players that play the game well, that coaching system where he can, the system that they run that offense, he's going to get these high-flying dunks and alley-oops. And, I mean, you throw him in a situation like, the Pistons, nobody would be talking about him.
Yeah, I agree.
So,
I agree.
He fit.
But he still got to play his role, though. You're not giving him no credit. He's got to make shots. He's got to make his defensive stops.
He's definitely doing his thing. But he got,
he got it easier.
He got a fortunate situation he's into it. And hey,
it's like one of my favorite sayings. It's easier to get a girl with a Bentley than a Honda.
Of course.
If you're driving a Honda on the block, and you're driving a Bentley, your odds of getting a girl with a Bentley is way higher than a Honda. So I got you.
All day.
The Warriors are the Bentleys, and the Detroit Pistons are the Honda. Okay, so now we're gonna but you can't tell Kerr and company they can't win this year.
Of course.
Me and you know that, but you can't tell them they thinking they can win this year.
100%. Yeah, they're gonna say that all day. I mean, no team's gonna say that out of it. Lakers probably think they still got a chance.
Right.
I mean, it's not even just ego.
And you're right about that.
It's your competitiveness.
You're right about that. They still think they can win. They probably don't even get in the playing game. But last but not least, the Phoenix Suns talk to us. We got approximately about 8 minutes.
CP3,
I gotta get the.
Is he gonna be healthy?
Yeah, he be healthy. That's what they do. Yeah, he definitely gonna be healthy. It's only his finger. They're gonna let him get right. He's gonna be right back.
I mean, I love DeAndre and I love this talent, the way they run their offense. It's fun to watch, and they're ready now. I mean, they was there already.
Got their heart broken.
Got their heart broken.
Then you add JaVale McGee, who's an experienced, hard-working individual. He's not special about
it's the Suns on the Western Conference, and then it's a big drop-off to anybody else in that West Conference. The Mavericks, the Jazz, they all still so far away from as good as the Suns can be when they're clicking on all cylinders. In a 7-game series, I don't know how they lose more than 2 games. I can't see them going a 7th game with anybody in the Western Conference.
Well, CP3,
if he's healthy,
proved last year that he's ready to win, even though they lost. I mean, I thought it was his year to win.
Yeah.
I really thought.
Been waiting to get.
I mean, that's the only thing lacking. He got the State Farm shit clicking. Yeah. He got the $50 million a year he already bagged. I mean, he got everything clipping. He went to Phoenix Suns 2 years in a row, first place team, and now he just need a championship to put the cherry on top. Would you agree with that? But it ain't gonna be easy though.
No, it's never easy.
Because whoever they play in the East, they gonna win it all. Whoever comes out, and James Harden needs one real bad too.
Yeah, I mean, he's not at the end of his career like CP3 is, but. Chris is running out of time. Let's just put it there. He's been playing in the league since what, 05?
Yeah.
He's been there for a
minute. And he's still playing at a high level. First ballot Hall of Famer in my book. Would you agree?
Oh, it's not.
Okay, you want to make sure.
He's still one of the top point guards at his age right now. He just hasn't got to that level. If he would have went to the Lakers instead of Westbrook, it'd be a whole different team in LA. Let's just put it that way.
I agree with that. Now, real quick, tomorrow's UFC fight. You got any knowledge to give the peoples? If they could get money on that Colbert, Masvidal fight,
people love Masvidal. But how many losses does he have? 15 losses. Yeah. Kobe's got 3 losses, so he's fought some better fighters. They both lost to the same guy twice, Usman.
Usman's an animal.
Now Covington's won his last 9 fights.
Surprised he only fought so little fights, 19 fights. 34 years old, but
Covington's won his last 9 fights that don't include Usman. He just wins if he's not fighting Usman. So the guy's a proven winner, and he's just a better fighter. He's just more polished, a little bit bigger. I mean, I think Masvidal is more of a bulldog though, and that's why he has the, it's like a Nick Diaz type fighter where you're gonna want to take the guy like that has.
So it's safe to say. Try to get that plus 255.
If you like Jorge, you're gonna get good value in either way. Because unless you want to lay the high $3 number with Covington,
I don't think this is a $3 fight.
I think it is just because Covington doesn't lose to anybody that's not named Usman. He beats everybody that put.
But he hasn't fought this guy.
He hasn't fought this guy who's fought a lot of people. But look at the losses he has. He's lost to average guys. It's just
And you don't see no interest on the under over 4.5.
not really over on the guy. I can see it go in the distance though. I don't see these guys getting knocked out. It's gonna be tough because both of them don't want to go down. We both know.
They both want to kill each other. Yeah. So I mean,
unless it's a submission though, you ain't gonna go down for the count.
So close it out for them. Gun to your head. Give them something they might be able to bet. Bet small.
If they have
because it's not Noah's best place. Not his best place.
Prop, I'd say Covington by decision. So I think it gets down to the end. I'd say he wins 3-4. You know, I'm no Justin when it comes to like a UFC guy.
Right.
I'll say Covington by decision. Gun to my head.
Okay, you heard him. Covington by decision. That to be a little less also, right?
Yeah, it would be cheaper than the $3. It would be like minus 150.
You think so? That low?
It'd be lower, yes.
With the 4.5, and they got minus money.
It still would be lower.
I said about maybe $2. Anyway, it don't matter. Either way, you get a better price than the 3-1, which is the $3. Now, real quick, Noah Parker, we got 5 minutes left. I know I put a post up. Every time I put a post up with this individual, you always post up fake news. If by now I didn't hit you that Aaron Rodgers could be leaving Green Bay, then when is it going to hit you? If he does leave Lambeau Field, where would you like to see him? One, and also where you think he will go to. Like between you like to see him somewhere and where he would not actually go to. Aaron Rodgers, what's your take on that? I've been down to hear your opinion on this.
I'll say this is the out the box segment. Just put that this way. I would like to see him if it goes sour in Green Bay. I want to see him go somewhere where, you know, kind of like Brett Favre did, where they hated the Vikings. I would like to see him do that because
divisional.
He's the kind of guy that you can hate. A lot of people hate him. A lot of people don't like him, especially because the way he talks.
But he's got 1 year now, right? Or he's an actual free agent.
He can be a free. I mean, he could be gone tomorrow if he wanted to be.
So it's his call. It's not like he's still. The option is on him, then, right?
His call, yeah.
Okay, so then they probably don't even get no bait for him.
No. I mean, I'd like him to go to a team like the Steelers or a team like the Titans that have talent. I don't want to see him just try to build a team up because it's not like he's 31 years old or
37, but I think he could go. I think he could go 43.
He could go 2, 3, 4. I mean, we saw Brady go to 44, right?
But that's Brady. He's a special animal.
But I mean, some people say Rodgers is better than Brady. He has more talent than him. He's more talented. He just didn't have the right coaching or in the right situation.
I'm not gonna play the coaching. When it comes down to it, Tom Brady's the guy.
But
I love Aaron.
He's got the same.
Aaron came up short on me in the playoffs too many years.
He has many times, but it wasn't just him this time. That was, the defense too. And special teams, block.
Defense only gave up like 7 points. It was just a special team that gave up the block. But listen, if you told me Frisco was going to score 13 points that game, I would throw everything I got on Green Bay to win. So I'm not even blaming that. Maybe play calling. Maybe I could get with you with that.
He never got no weapon. He never got nobody. I know people say Brady never got a lot of weapons besides Randy Moss. They don't ever try to do anything to help him or his situation.
Right.
So that's why I think they could.
2 minutes. Where would you like Brady to go to?
You mean Rodgers to go to?
I mean Rodgers.
I'd like Brady to stay retired, and I'd like Rodgers.
No, Brady also. I'm thinking he's going to Frisco, but that's not the question.
He can't. They said he can't. Buccaneers still own him. Right. I say I'd want him to go to a contender like the Steelers. I wouldn't mind him going there, or a team that has the talent where he can win a ship. I'd like to see him win one more before he goes. So
how about bringing him to Vegas? What happens?
I would love to see that too.
And shifting Derek Carr.
I
don't mean to talk bad about Carr. I think Carr's going to my wife's church this week.
That'd be an ideal situation.
I might not be there to attend it. I don't want to be shaking his hand.
I don't want to jinx that,
this.
I don't want to jinx that. I hope he does come to Vegas just so I can come out and watch him whenever.
Yeah, he'll light it up in the Legion.
Yeah,
especially if you bring his buddy with him.
But the gas price will probably go even higher.
Oh yeah, everything's gonna get crazy. Noah Parker, last words. Talk to him.
Shit. March Madness coming up. It's gonna be exciting. Let's hope they figure out baseball. But if not, screw them because they just fighting over. Everybody got too much money, and it's sad to see baseball go from the national pastime to people hate it now. Not just because they hate the 7th inning rules and the DH and all that other crap that keep changing the game. Now we hate it because everybody greedy and nobody want to just go out there and play. My son playing baseball now, so
that's what's up.
It's exciting to see that, but looking at the major league level, it makes me just shake my head. So
and what's bad? What's bad before we end it? Baseball is basically the lowest rating between basketball and football, And now with something like this, you think this is gonna make it
gonna
better?
catch him probably.
Yeah, this ain't gonna make it
Casual
better.
fans are gonna be out of this.
This ain't gonna make it better. I mean, I love the wild card baseball.
It's gonna be the hardcores like us that's gonna still care about it.
That's what I'm saying.
Everybody else is gonna just fall.
Because it's not worth it. I mean, you rank basically at the bottom, and you worrying about money in certain ways. It's supposed to be about us. Yes.
Sport in the world.
Yes.
And now it's like,
That's what I'm saying. Like Colin Coward said it best. I'm not the biggest fan of him. I do like some of his stuff. He said the NFL is the internet. Baseball is the typewriter. Yeah. I mean, you couldn't say it better than that. And he said this 5-6 years ago.
Yeah, it's true.
And it still stands to be the same. Noah Parker, a pleasure as always. That's my little brother. Like I said, it ain't always sweet between me and him. We were arguing like 2 weeks ago. But that's my brother at the end of the day. I hope you guys enjoyed the surprise today. Now let's go and do the giveaways so you guys can win these shirts. I got shirts coming in Monday. I got brand new stuff. Hopefully I can get them out Monday to you guys, or not Tuesday the latest. Thank you, Noah Parker.
I appreciate you having me on.
All right, brother. Okay, let me get the music going real quick for you guys. I hope you guys enjoy the show. Give me a minute. Here we go. Let's go. We're starting a new round one. No, round two. Round one, Miss Jess won it all. With the 10th victory coming from behind versus Ghost and Raul. Round one. Round two right now, everybody's at 0-0. Start marking now who's up, who's down, because y'all gonna know who wins. That's how you find out how many games you behind, etc. It's on my call. Let's go. Let me put it down. Give me a minute. I want to make sure you guys see. Okay? It's a little dark, guys. You gotta work with me. Let me move this again. Hopefully y'all can see it. Okay. 1 through 20. I used my old device today because I had no one come in. My phone ain't big enough to get both of us, and I ain't want to be on top of each other. 1 through 20, giveaway 1, round 2. Nobody got the lead. As of right now, everybody's in first place. As of right now. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I'm hoping you guys was able to see the feed. If the server messed up, I'm sorry. It looks good on my end. Martin Silver said it was good, so I rolled with that. Here we go. Giveaway 1, round 2, winner number 1. Let's go. You got a winner. Let me back it up. You see it right there, right? Giveaway 1, round 2 winner. Number 16. 16.